Ladies and gentlemen, it's your Shining Force Master, Max Stone, about to go around Major Stonage. Oh yeah, one of the first slugfests is poor movement through the mountains. So we are in the second battle, and we need to make it back to Guardiana quick, because the forces of Runefoss sent in their main attack to the castle in Guardiana. And we have to make it back quick to see if we can be of help. Yes. We gotta get through these forces and come to the aid of the town. Yeah. So there's nothing too much special. They throw a few more enemies at you in this one, but this one's kind of a slugfest getting around these mountains. Mountains have good defense, 30%, but you can't move very far, so this level does kind of take a while. The Archer Hans has really good utility on maps like these, where his extra range really helps to pick off enemies. So for some reason, the goblins that you first face, they retreat to the north, and they kind of form a main force around the forest that's to the north of the mountain. And the two Rune Knights that are west of the river kind of form a They'll kind of form a force down by the bridge, but they won't actually cross the bridge for some reason. Not sure why, because that's just the way the map's designed. But the main thing with this game is just being careful, knowing where to place your guys. And sometimes you have to realize, like, if you send one guy out to strike at an enemy alone, you might get ganged up on it, and generally, speaking, your forces are going to die if they're able to be surrounded and ganged up on. So one thing that can be helpful is grouping your guys together. It helps to, because only one unit can occupy a tile. So if you group your guys together, it does prevent surrounding. However, later on, you'll have mages and wizards that have area effect spells, which are the counter to that. And if you group your guys too close together, then they can be hit all at once with the same powerful spell. That's when the game starts getting fun, when area effect magic comes into play. Some spells can hit probably 10 different tile radius, and then other spells will just kind of hit that tile and adjacent tiles. Like, one of the reasons you want to increase the level, for example, of, I think her name's Tau. You want to increase her level because she'll eventually learn Blaze level 2, which is kind of your first area effect level Blaze. Because the Blaze spell I have right now, level 1, can only target one enemy. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to always think about if you're facing mages, you got to spread out. But if you're facing melee forces, you might want to consider keeping your guys together and not letting them get isolated. Because when they get isolated, they can get surrounded. So I believe that when you level up, your stat increases are kind of random within certain ranges. They're not always guaranteed, so you can get random stat increases in this game. I'll discuss the promotion system later on when it becomes relevant. Beginning at level 10, you can promote your characters to a higher class, but promotion is an entire can of worms. I don't feel like going into it right now. But you have to be strategic when you actually promote characters. I'll probably mention this later. So I think what I'm gonna do, and I'll judge this based on feedback. But I think what I'm gonna do is kind of give a strategy, kind of recap on the strategy I'm using for different parts of the battle, and then I'm gonna kind of speed it up because some of these battles can range from like, I don't know, like this one ended up being almost 30 minutes. And I think some battles could be like probably an hour. You know, and I with my Mega Man games, I tend to do shorter videos, like 10 minutes or so. So what I'm thinking about doing is kind of like speeding up the battle at parts and playing at double speed with no narration just to kind of get to the point. Now, if people are like, no, I want to see the whole thing and on 1x speed, then I can do that too. Although I'm not going to probably talk the entire time. I don't think you'd want to listen to me for 30 minutes to an hour. Anyway, we'll give this a shot, see how it works. And so basically, yeah, the goblins will retreat north, and he's got to get up there. And the goblins don't really fight until they get to the woods up north, when I guess they retreat as far as they can, and then they make their stand there. So no, there's no mages. They're just all melee fighters. So keep your guys grouped together because there's no way that an area effect spell can get them. So, and you want to keep your guys together because it prevents them from being surrounded. And also think about terrain. Like, you want to try to be on forests or hills where you have higher defense if you're attacked. So just keep that in mind. And if you do send a guy to get an enemy far away from the main group, there's a good chance he or she will be surrounded, and then he'll end up being killed. So we'll resume this video. We'll go speed mode now, and you'll see the strategy once you get down to the bridge by the castle. Alright, we'll go manually. We're almost done with the battle. So, for whatever reason, they won't cross the bridge. So, what you want to do is set up your ranged attack to get them over the river. Then, send one brave champion across the bridge to probably be killed. Because you want to kill them fast. Yeah. Do not recommend using the hero. Because when the hero dies, the mission's over. And you wouldn't want to restart after having just gone 20 minutes or however long it was. But keep in mind though, if you die, I think in this game, the deaths aren't permanent, you just pay to resurrect your people. And they also retain experience, so if you die, all your experience at least is retained. So that'll help you, if nothing else, you'll be higher levels. Oh yeah, first brave champion, who's probably gonna get killed. Oh yeah. Gone. Who knows, maybe he'll survive. I think I do lose him though. But you have to cross the bridge eventually. Because you can't, it just takes forever to whittle him down with ranged attacks. I've got places to be. Might be a little bit risky sending in the hero, but risk is part of the game. Oh yeah. Well done, Shining Force. Now enter Guardiana and find out what happened there. Alright, that's gonna be it. So, stay tuned for more excitement. Yeah.